Hi guys and ladies, welcome back to another video. I had a nice conversation with a friend of mine. On this video we're going to be discussing how do you show the value that you are adding on your CV, because most of us, we don't know how to write our CVs. I also got taught about this by one of the executive coaches. How do you show the value you are doing into your CV? Thank you once again for subscribing and clicking that notification bell. It helps us to grow the community. On this video, we're talking about how do we show the value that we are going to prepare. I was told by one of the hiring managers that they get over 200 applications. When other people are selecting who should present them into a project, they get a lot of people that show interest, as well as the people who are looking at who should be having a certain talk, whatever conference. They get a lot of people. Only way for you to be shortlisted and be on top of it is to show the value that you are going to be bringing forward into that whatever forum. We wanted something else that's called a cover letter. In this video, I'm not going to be talking about the cover letter. We'll talk about that one later. There's something called an abridged CV. It's not you saying I want this job, it's always been my dream. It's for you to say this is my specialty, I spent 20 years in here. Looking at 3, 4, 5 maximum paragraphs that you can write on your abridged CV. Your abridged CV needs to be changed for every engagement that you are doing. I just sent this abridged CV that we're going to be looking at into my professional organization, where I am a chartered developmental financial analyst. Is for me to be part of a South African chapter. I had to write about what are the technical things that I can bring to the chapter and what are my aspirations that I can bring into the chapter. First thing that I put in is my picture so that people know what I look like. I don't have to say I'm male, I'm black. They can already see that. There I am. And the first thing is just a small paragraph in chronological order of my educational background, just in case they want to start there. And that is already followed by my professional achievement. Just list the title. Like on the education, I just list I did this program, Become Finance, full stop. On this year, that's when I graduated. Because of my education is quite diverse, I have a lot of degrees, I group them accordingly to say I have 3 pillars: business development or management development, and I group all of those that falls under management development. I group those that falls under finance, and I have those in IT, and I group those that falls under IT. I would suggest you do the same thing. Just after that, I have professional achievements. If you've been hopping around and you want to group your professional achievement the same way as I have grouped my educational achievement, it's all up to you. You can group it accordingly to say, here I was working in finance, here I was working in sales, irrespective of the years. It doesn't have to follow the chronological order if you're doing the grouping. Immediately after that, I had to write my paragraphs on why I should be part of the chapter. I don't speak on first language. I don't say I would like to join. I speak in third person. And I'm saying Lisema holds a master's degree in development finance obtained from the University of Cape Town Graduate Business School. He has over 14 years. You can write 14 years, but somebody else advised me that, you know, when you write things in 14, 15 years, it doesn't sound as powerful as when you say, I have a decade or I have over a decade. Experience in banking, where he is currently a senior analyst. He has spent 17 years in tertiary education. You can change that. He has spent almost 2 decades in tertiary education to further his finance, IT, and management development education. That's just me summarizing what's already on top there, just in case they didn't get it. What value or what game changer can I do becomes immediately a second item. Because we are analysts, I'm trying to show them the system that I had built. He has spent 6 years implementing financial intelligence reporting as part of group technology finance strategy to optimize financial reporting. He championed the use of Power BI instead of SAP, Cognos, or Microsoft Excel for financial reporting and forecasting. This strategy required him to champion and create from scratch a SQL finance data warehouse to be used by financial officers to save budgets, which I'm saying Q0, whatever, variances of budgets, so that the finance people can relate to that, by a single click of a Visual Basic coded button. I'm showing too many skills if you're a data person. Submitted financials were then meshed, showing consolidation were meshed with financials from SAP to create a new reporting platform using business intelligence tool, which is Power BI. This has saved the budgeting turnaround time and allowed a divisional executive DivCo access to our live financial reporting. This was new to the business itself. This ranked position number 9 in over 11,000 published reports in the organization based on usage. Over 300 employees utilized and were granted access to the reports using row-level security. This initiative won him an Achiever Award for the year. Already you can hear from my paragraph, there was a business need. What was the business need? It's already clearly there. What did I do? I championed something to address the need. And what was the result? It ranked based on usage. A lot of people that were using it, over 300 people. And on top of that, there was recognition on it. If you don't have something that can hit that storyline, those questions that I just asked, find something else to say, I am the best in the world in doing this, or I'm the best in my field for doing this. About 2 or 3 projects written like this, you are good. That's your why. You can link them together to say, in finance I'm doing this, in IT I'm doing this, in people development I'm doing this. He is now using the success of financial reporting, a strategy to give retail channel DivCo access to previously manual sales operating reports using Power BI. The strategy has resulted in most reporting packs, which were PowerPoint presentation, being eliminated due to the efficiency presented by using Power BI for reporting. His ability to work seamlessly in a team has won him an Achiever Award, which was awarded to a top team in group technology. This award for being part of a team that implemented the first ever digital 3-year strategy planning reporting. This revolutionized strategic reporting. The second paragraph is to cement that whatever I've done on the first paragraph, it's easy to implement it on different areas. We can take the learnings from one project, we pass them to another project. And when we get there, guess what we get? We get awards also to show that we're not just wasting time. He has won another Organizational Achiever Award after being the analyst responsible for calculating accurately the estimated guaranteed pay for sales consultant to replace commission-based salaries. This project allowed him the opportunity to travel with the sales divisional executive and managing director of the organization unsecured lending department, which presented to retail managing executive and labor unions. This line here shows that I can be able to hold myself on people, not just the DivCo in my area. I can also hold myself in the presence of labor unions and stuff like that. That's why we're bringing in this line. But you always find a project where you are involved and you're a key player and you bring that across. Now let's talk about the future. His passion to lift others allowed him the opportunity to reach out to the executive for strategic projects and CSI in the foundation. He is involved with an initiative to investigate how could the organizational transformational CSI strategy be the catalyst to change the existing paradigm around the commercial potential of a strategic transformational agenda. He has been assisting the team with the strategy to ensure that non-profit organizations being operated by women in rural and peri-urban areas could easily get access to funding. This was presented to many NPOs who now has a better chance to obtain seed funding. I'm just showing different type of values where I'm there. I'm omitting a lot of things where I'm ahead of a team, I'm championing a team. If that's your, because in here, I don't want to come around and say my only know-how is to have 2 people, 7 people reporting to me. My know-how here becomes I can create a project or a product or a service that can add value. This is where you're taking your analytical SQL writing skills, you turn them into business language and value that you can add into the organization, so that when you sit into that organization, you can be able to add value, and they can know exactly what they can get from you. So this is just the high level after speaking with my friend Dr. Juana about discussing that video that we made about from Casio to Rolex, and we're just taking a normal CV that just in point format into something that has got value that can go out, and the board of that whether it's a church board or whatever, they can sit and say, can we have this person to sit down here? You'll realize some of the stuff that I'm doing here, like volunteering in the church to be in the media team, they're not included here because those are not, for as far as I'm concerned, those were not transformational that can actually game change. I try to put things that are game changers in here. That's the value that you are adding, not just I can crunch data. Anybody can clean data. We are analysts because we're adding some type of value into the world. That's me on this video. Please let me know what you think about this video in your comments. Until next time, cheers.